Good morning, everybody. How are you today? Um, I just wanted to come on for a little bit and tell you something. Me and my sisters, well, all four of us went down to see my brother. He lives in Louisville, Kentucky, and he has a really beautiful home down there. And this is about a magnolia. I mean, I've heard of magnolia trees and all stuff like that. And I'd asked my brother if there was magnolia trees in Kentucky, and he said, "Yeah, there are." And so we always go to this one cemetery, and we went there. We seen Colonel Sanders' grave and his wife Claudia, I think her name is. And also then we went and we see Muhammad Ali's grave, and there was magnolia trees around there. So he tried to get me a blossom, and it was up too high. So we were driving around and he seen a smaller tree. So he did get me a blossom and he handed it in there to me in the car. And of course it was warm. He had his air conditioning on. And whenever we'd roll the window down or something, he'd say, "I know you're a bunch of old women, but I want the air on. Roll them windows up." So, we would. And at first we smelled it. It smelled like lemons and roses and all kinds of stuff. Well, my sister Lisa, she's not much in for um, stinky stuff, and she liked it at first, and then she's like, "Pew, that stuff smells like Avon's roses, roses. I don't like that." And I was holding it in my hand, and it was at where the vents are in the car, and it was blowing all over. It was blowing all over the car, and it wasn't bothering my brother, but my sister Lisa was just having a fit, and it just seemed to all of a sudden take on a scent that was gave you kind of like a headache, and it was overpowering. And my sister told me, she said, "Get that flower out in front of that vent. It's blowing back here in my face." So I put it over by the window. I wanted to throw it out, but I didn't. Well, all of us started changing, like, getting a little grumpy and stuff. And we were driving around. We just had to, live with it till we got back to his house. And of course, he had taken us. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to Louisville, but it's beautiful down there. It really is. And there's a lot of beautiful, beautiful homes down there, older homes. Um, some of them you don't have streets. You have to park in a certain spot and you walk on a sidewalk back to your house. And it was, I just love Louisville. It's just a wonderful city. It's not, to me, it's not that big. I mean, it's like something you can handle. He took us around Churchill Downs, and I mean, that is just um, a remarkable place. It really is. They've expanded and everything. And, when you get down there, I kind of could, in my head, in my heart, I could feel or just think about the horses thundering around that dirt track and how you could hear the thunder of their hooves and, uh, digging up clods of dirt and it's flying. And there is a statue in front of Churchill Downs of a horse called Barbarossa. And he was such a powerful horse that he didn't race very long. And I know you can go through here and find the history of him. But what happened to him is his hind legs were so powerful that when he had stopped on the track, he broke his ankle, and they tried to fix it and it didn't work, and they had to put him down. So Barbarossa is buried at Churchill Downs, and they do have a statue there of him. Secretariat, he ran there, and and racehorses, they only race them for like Secretariat. He didn't race very long. because he became so valuable they couldn't afford to let him race and get hurt. So they ended up taking him so he could. I don't know where they would have took him to. Lexington, maybe to the. They've got a place over there for him, and he would, sire other horses, and that he had been there. And if you go back into history, all the great horses had some anomaly to them that made them so great. Like Secretariat had an extra large heart, which enabled him to run oxygenated blood through his system better. And this just, it was just incredible. But when we got back to my brother's house, I put that magnolia blossom. He gave me a dish of water and we put it in there. And then when I was outside on his enclosed porch, um, you could smell the scent outside. And they're a beautiful tree. They make perfume from magnolia blossoms, all kinds of things. But the main thing is those trees kind of cut down on mosquitoes and stuff like that. It's almost like a natural bug repellent. And by the time we wouldn't touch, I smelled that blossom maybe a couple times that we had in his house. And I might have would took it home, but that would have been a bad ride. So we just left it in there, and by the time we left, it had fully opened up. And it was, when it was a bud that was just starting to open, it was like 5 inches long, and I'd say about 3 inches around. And then by the time it opened up, it was a good 6 inches across. And they're beautiful, but I wouldn't encourage you to break off a bud and carry it in your car because I'm telling you, it's so overpowering. Yeah, you'll not like it. While we were down there, I also, I'm the oldest of the youngest five, and my brother has his house is just gorgeous in the backyard and stuff, and there's like a hill, and it comes down to his house. So, I've always been an instigator when I was a child, so we were down there. And this was last year. And I instigated, I said, you know what we'd do if we were here and we were kids? We'd get up there on that hill, we'd roll down it. Well, I got two of my sisters to roll down that hill. And my brother, he came out and he said, oh my God, I hope the neighbors didn't see you guys out here like that, because we were just out there laughing and everything. And he said, I'll just have to tell them it was my weekend to have you for. But yeah, it was fun. And we've been down there several times, but I sometimes wonder how many times can you go to Louisville, because we've been all over that place. I've tried Derby pie, which I think's disgusting. I've tried Benedictine. It's kind of like, cream cheese, you put stuff like that in there. But this is made with cucumber juice, and I think they said onion juice, and it was like it was like a wild green. And it didn't taste bad, but now I'm thinking, boy, them southern people, that's some weird stuff around Derby time. And a Derby pie isn't any more than a pie shell. And back in the 40s, someone decided they were going to make a unique pie. It's like a chocolate chip cookie. It's so rich. We actually got sick later that evening because it was so rich. And, we just ate a little piece. But no, it's not my favorite. That's what my little niece always says, and she's going to be 5. She'll say, nope, that's not my favorite. And so I just wanted to jump on and just talk about that, plus tell you later today, I'm going to put up a video, and it's going to be, has to do with recipe. So I hope you come back and join me. And Have a great morning, and you go out and find your joy and do something that's special to you. And I'll see you in a little bit then. Bye.